Most confident men freeze around women they find extremely beautiful. And it's not because they lack confidence, it's something deeper. In this video, I'm going to show you why that hesitation happens, and by the end, you'll understand how to make approaching women a part of your identity, so fear doesn't control you anymore. Watch till the end, because this perspective could completely change the way you act around attractive women. A confident man walks into a room. He's not awkward. He's not shy. In most situations, he speaks easily. People listen to him. But then he notices someone. Across the room, there's a woman who immediately catches his attention. She's beautiful, not just attractive, but the kind of beauty that makes the room feel different. For a moment, he considers walking over. But then something strange happens. His mind begins to slow down. His thoughts get louder. And suddenly, the confident man hesitates. He looks away. He pretends to check his phone. He convinces himself it's not worth it. Not because he isn't interested, but because somewhere inside his mind, a quiet sentence appeared. She's probably out of my league. If you've ever experienced this moment, you're not alone. Many men who appear confident in life still hesitate when it comes to approaching someone they find extremely attractive. And the reason isn't always a lack of confidence. It's something deeper. To understand why this happens, imagine the moment more closely. You see someone who stands out. Your brain instantly begins analyzing the situation. But it doesn't just look at her. It starts looking at you. Am I attractive enough? Would she even be interested in someone like me? What if she rejects me? What if other people notice? Within seconds, your brain turns a simple interaction into a complex social risk. And here's the interesting part. Your brain isn't trying to embarrass you. It's trying to protect you. Human beings are deeply sensitive to social rejection. Thousands of years ago, being rejected by a group could literally mean losing protection, resources, and survival. So our brains evolved to treat rejection as something serious. Even today, that ancient instinct still operates quietly in the background. But there's something else happening when a man sees a woman he considers extremely beautiful. His mind automatically assumes something. She must have many options. He imagines other men around her. Men who might be richer, more successful, more attractive. Without realizing it, he starts comparing himself to imaginary competition. And once that comparison begins, doubt grows quickly. This is where the hesitation starts. Because the brain does something interesting when it senses a high chance of rejection. It suggests avoidance. If you don't try, you can't be rejected. It sounds logical, but it also quietly closes the door before anything even begins. Now pause for a moment and reflect. Think about a time when you admired someone from a distance. Someone you wanted to talk to, but didn't. What stopped you? Was it certainty they would reject you? Or was it simply the fear that they might? That small difference is important, because in many cases, people don't avoid situations where rejection is guaranteed. They avoid situations where rejection is possible, and that possibility alone can feel uncomfortable enough to stop someone. But here's where it becomes interesting. Sometimes the more attractive a woman is, the fewer men actually approach her. Not because she isn't admired, but because many men assume someone else is already approaching her. Or they assume she's already taken. Or they assume she would never be interested in someone like them. So instead of acting, they observe. They admire from a distance. And the distance grows. Now imagine the experience from the other side. A woman walks into a room. She notices people looking at her, but very few actually approach. Over time, she might even begin wondering something strange. Why does no one talk to me? She doesn't see the thoughts running through other people's minds. She only sees the silence. And that silence can be confusing. This is one of the quiet paradoxes of attraction. Sometimes the people who seem the most admired are also the people others feel the most hesitant to approach. Not because they are disliked, but because they are perceived as unreachable. Now here's the most important part. Confidence doesn't mean you never feel doubt. Confidence doesn't mean you never hear the voice that says, "What if?" Even confident people feel that moment of hesitation. But the difference is what happens next. Some people listen to the fear and step back. Others notice the fear, but step forward anyway. That moment right there is where growth happens. Not when fear disappears, but when you recognize it and still choose your action. And here's the twist that changes everything. Instead of letting fear control you, imagine adopting a new identity. An identity that says, I am the kind of man who goes after what he wants. No hesitation, no overthinking. I take action regardless of fear. When you make that part of who you are, approaching women isn't about trying to impress. It becomes natural. It becomes curiosity. It becomes connection. Instead of fearing rejection, you act because it's who you are. And here's the key: no one is ever truly out of your league. What exists are assumptions, stories your mind creates before reality even begins. Sometimes those stories protect us, but sometimes they limit us. So the next time you notice that quiet voice telling you not to try, pause. Ask yourself, is this certainty or is this just fear speaking? And then act according to the man you choose to be. That identity is stronger than doubt. It's stronger than comparison. It's stronger than imagined rejection. Because when you embody that identity, opportunities open up, not because you are flawless, but because you've decided to move anyway. Before you leave, if you want to understand more about the hidden psychology behind attraction, social behavior, and the subtle thoughts that shape action, subscribe to the channel. And if you want to see how adopting powerful mindsets can change the way people perceive you, click the next video on your screen. You might start seeing the world and yourself in a completely new way.